Welcome back, my friends, to another YouTube video. Today's topic will be, just a update. My energies have shifted for about 4 days now. 3. Wait, when did I record that last video? Because it was... Oh. Okay, so about 3 days now. Because the video was recorded 2 days ago. I did not get to record anything since the 20th. My energies have shifted. I don't feel like my usual self. You can tell by my voice as well. It could be just an acute sinusitis, could be that, because I have not eaten much for the past 2 days. It could have been because of lack of sleep, not because of constipation, as I once thought. So yeah, it's probably a lack of sleep, which is affecting everything. Except I did eat today, this morning, a big meal for breakfast. I think it was around 300 calories or something, instead of versus around 200 or something. I was supposed to do light language, but instead I'm just doing a quick health update. Just in case you're feeling the same way as I am. Maybe it's not just me. Maybe it has to do with the lunar eclipse that we just passed. It could have been from that. Could have been from lack of sleep. Could have been from, something to do with the zodiac and astrology signs and eclipses and stuff. Even now I just feel tired still. But that's because I didn't get sleep for 2 days. Except for 5 hours, then get back up and then crash and then rest my eyes for like an hour or between an hour and 2 hours. So I'm still feeling that effect. As for my emotional state, normal. Other people have said they'll very anxious, but I didn't feel anything. Other people is feeling a little bit depressed. I know one person is still angry at me, but I will not be friending him anytime soon. And by that I mean I will not. He is done. He is out of my life for good, and I know he is still pissed at me. Well, go ahead and be pissed. I don't fucking care. Okay, I really don't. Yeah, the last, since I forgot to remove his, profile photo, meaning his messages in my inbox, so I could see if he updated his profile picture, in which he did, and it felt, he was pissed off, and it also felt evil. He is evil, but doesn't call it evil. His energy is just, it reads evil. By that I mean, it's not light from warm. It's the opposite of warm. Cold, heartless, only cares about himself, stuck up, uptight, narcissism, is also, me personally, I could not stand horror movies anymore with mutants and death and, well, I could never stand gore, but yeah, he is a horror fanatic and I cannot stand his energy. It reads evil to me. The opposite of warm. The opposite of lightworker. He is dark. And it just feels evil to me, and yeah, sir, it was because of what he changed his profile picture to, which was to a skull face, or I don't know, something that just said grr. Like, grr. like a, you know, an angry face that is basically saying grr. I think it was a skull face, or was it a volcano? One person, I thought it was him, but I read that he liked the page in 2014, and I was like, oh, that's not him, and he had a skull face, and I felt anger and evil, but it wasn't the same person. If it is, I just made myself think it isn't him, and I got him away from all my pages. Hopefully it isn't him, and it's just a random person, because I don't think I met him in 2014, and that's why I said, oh, this is someone else. So, yeah, this is like just a reflection of what has been going on behind the scenes, my health update, and auras I cannot stand. Yeah, I know he tried to tell me that darkness does not equal evil, but your aura is opposite of love. You are opposite of the laws the cosmic laws I follow. His actions speak against it. He said he was with the laws, but he wasn't. He just cares about himself only, blames it on, oh, I had a divorce and then I met you, and then he's blamed it on being alone for years, and that's why he only cares about himself, because he has no one else around, but it was him versus me all the time. I completely, well, not completely changed, but I am getting better at it to care about the ones in my life. I know I saw a post that said, a meme that said, excuse me for being in my head, living in my head, and forget to talk to you. I also feel that I bother people if I message them first, so I let them message me, because I feel like I am bothering them, so I respect them in that way. And he, but what he really meant was that I was not asking about his job or his health, because I could not see it. But I've always been closed book on that. Like, But as I said, I am getting better at it, asking people how they are, and I just constantly say, I hope you're having a good day, or I hope you're having a wonderful weekend, or if not, he was in love, something like that. I am trying to post that more often in my newsfeed. But I let the people talk to me first, and because I feel like I am respecting their time, I am respecting them. I don't do anything for another person anymore. I quit that years ago. So that's probably why I failed to ask him that pretty much every other day, how he is. Well, I used to care about if he was dreaming or not, and how he slept, but since we continued to fight and say that being pissed off at each other, that I just completely stopped caring about him in that one area, because, well, he continues to say I don't ask anything about him, of how he is doing, so I just stopped. And he is still pissed off at me. But if someone asks me themselves first before I do, then I ask them back. He wanted me to do it first, but since I respect them in the time, I was waiting for him to ask about me, so I could ask him back. And that's how I've always been, and he disrespected me in that sense, saying, well, you don't care about me, why should I care about you? And that's not even the case. It was him versus me. He thinks I was always in the wrong. He thinks he was always in the right. Then he said, I thought he was in the wrong, and I was always right. And that is not what happened. And so I just, obviously he did not know really how I respond to people in that regard. He does not really know me, or however you want to say that. I was not trying to go on about my stupid ex for like 6 years, off and on for 6 years. I don't care, he's pissed off. I'm rather him forget about me, I forgot him. Like, you know how your brain, like, remembers stuff? Or his voice? Well, that's all gone. So, I mean, there are pieces and bits still floating around, like how he disrespected me in other events, and yeah, he is a narcissist, and how he responded to me and saying all this negative stuff. He is a negative person. His energy just was negative. It was cold, unwelcome, and it was the opposite of warm. Mine is inviting, his was not. He is a horror fanatic, and he just cares about himself. And then expects me to ask him first. And like I said, I was asking him a question, and then he turns around and says, well, you never cared about me, and that is not even true. So I am glad this person is out of my life, and I hope if you have someone like that, get rid of them. It is not worth it. If you constantly question your self-love for them, don't. It's not worth it. Get rid of them. I am probably going to have to cut this into 2 parts.